Coach, Utah State, obviously they got you once, and the other game was close too. What are your thoughts on playing them tomorrow in the quarterfinals?
You get to this point of the season and you get to this point of the tournament, you're going to play a good team. You're going to play really well to beat them, and that's what we see tomorrow. I have a lot of respect for Coach Terrier and his staff and what they do, and there's an advantage to playing that first game once you get through it. And like I said, we're going to play a great game tomorrow, and I think our guys are excited to play, ready to go, and we're ready to let it rip.
I know the teams are kind of similar, and 4 out, 1 in, kind of similar. Their guards, obviously, but what have they done that's kind of given you guys problems in the first 2 meetings?
Well, they're an explosive team that can score in bunches. They're down 20-5, and then boom, they were right back in that game, and they did it quickly. And I think that that's kind of who they are. They can just, it doesn't matter. They can go through scoring droughts, but then they can, score a lot in a hurry. So, we got to be able to defend the three, got to be able to defend those guards, and, they get you spread out.
Once you get into the postseason, you're looking for any little bit of an edge that you can get. Do you feel like your guys are going to be extra excited to play this game, given that Utah State got them the last time they played?
Well, I don't know if that's ever at this point. It's a lose and go home. So I think that's where the motivation probably begins, and whether you're playing Utah State, Colorado State, or whoever, they know the urgency of this, and the only way to win this tournament is win the first game, and that's what I think we're really dialed in. We're really focused on that.
How have the first 24 hours in town gone? How do you feel like the mindset of the team is?
Oh, terrific, and I think we've managed this team, for this moment. We've sacrificed maybe some practice days to be fresh at this time, and I think we're fresh, excited to play, and now you just got to go out and let it rip.
You said this was a special group. I mean, going back to preseason, and even after a loss, you said you've continued to say there's just something about this group. I mean, do you feel like these next 3 days are where it's all kind of built up, where you think others can finally see why you thought it was so special?
I think you hit that on the head, BJ, and that was my message to these guys. I think the people in Boise that have watched them play and watched them closely understand that. But I'm not sure everybody else outside of Boise does, and this is our chance to go prove something, and that's the way our guys are approaching it.
Utah State didn't actually shoot that well from three-point range in this last game. Are you guys going to be focused on stopping their threes to keep them from getting on one of those crazy runs, or how do you think you'll approach it?
Well, you just one of the things we have to be aggressive without fouling, and that's important. I think the last game showed that you had the whole team in foul trouble, and we want to make sure we're attacking them, but not, being overzealous. And when we haven't played a game yet, you don't want to come out of the gate too hyped. It's got to be even keel, and it's got to be over 40 minutes. And I think our guys are in a good state of mind, and they know what to do.
I forgot number 5's name already, but who's number 5?
It is. Where is he?
Perry.
Julian,
the senior. I know he'd been hurt and he had just come back the first time, but today he had a big game for them, and everyone kind of focuses on those other 2 guards.
And he's had some big games against us in the past. I think he's a really good player, and so he's an added weapon for them, no question.
This seems like one of those games where, I guess, because the last time you guys played it, the game that you lost, it was that Brito guy that went off, and today he had 0 points. So it seems like this game could come down to what your bench guys and what your reserves do. So what's their mindset at this point?
That's a big key to our team, really. And you look at when we've played really well, it's those guys. And when Alex and Justinian and Marcus and all those guys can really kick in and play their best games, that's when we're a really good team. And so, for us to survive in this tournament, I think that's really important.
For the All-Conference Awards, are you not allowed to vote for your own players? Is that how it works?
Right.
Okay. And what were your thoughts on only having one guy get on the 3 teams or honorable mention, and not having Hutch get Player of the Year?
Well, Caleb's certainly a great basketball player. There's no ifs, ands, or buts, and so, but we're biased to our guys, and but we've got something to prove, no question.
So I assume you had to vote. You voted for him then because you had to,
yeah.
I guess? Or?
Well, I didn't have to, but
you couldn't vote for Chandler, though.
I felt it's the right way to do it. I think there's other people that would play the game and maybe not do that, but that's who I voted for. I'll be transparent about it.
Good.
Without giving anything away or secrets, but what will you guys do tonight? I mean, how do you manage the time and make sure people are?
Well, I think we've had a great approach to us. We went and had a good film session this morning. We've done some things, had a great practice. I think, we were a little juiced up. And so it was good to maybe burn some of that off, and we kind of treated it like, okay, that was our first game, today's practice, and we're ready to go tomorrow. And you know, and then we give them a few hours to be with their families and, you know, stay off their feet, and then we'll regroup tonight and do another film session, and, you know, get all, because before you didn't know who you were going to play, and you were making some assumptions, but tonight you know who you're going to play, and you can kind of get them on, you know, task as far as personnel and what we're game plan, and then wake up, have a shoot around tomorrow, and away we go.